Hi there, Joka here from A Pocket Full of Happiness, and I would like to show you all the new die sets that we have in the shop today. So let's jump in. The first one is called Cat in a Mug. By the way, this is a Christmas release if if you haven't noticed. And this first one is for all the cat lovers out there. And I've been watching a bit too many cat videos the last couple of years, and I think that was the inspiration. They are too funny. Okay, so as you can see, there's no body for the cat. It's supposed to come out of that mug, and there's two different hats, a Santa hat and a knitted hat with the cat ears, and a little candy cane and the snowflake. And I just wanted to mention that there's I think 9 process videos today on the channel, and I show you how I made all the cards that I'm gonna show you in this video. So maybe I'm not going to go into too many details, but all those details will be mentioned in the video. So this is the first sample card. I used a few little stickers from Paige Evans's Sugar Plum Wishes Christmas collection, just to add some interest to my card. Then this sentiment is from last year, from the Something Christmassy die set, which is now restocked as well if you're interested. And then the background is a new die called Pierce Christmas background, and it's actually a 5x7-inch die, but I trimmed it down to A2 size. These cards that I'm showing now, they are A2 size. This is pretty much the same card, but then with a Santa hat and little puffy sticker bird and bow. And the sentiment is again the same Something Christmassy die set. Now the slimline card, here I used a couple of other die sets actually, but just tiny little things like this bow. That is from, also the light strands are from the Christmas Village die set. And then this, well, what I used for his neck, that comes from the Happy Rexmas die set. And then there are these spots here that are actually berries in one of the, either the Christmas branch or the Christmas frame die set. But I mentioned all of those in the process video, so check those out if you're interested how I made them. Now moving on, the next one is a very simple die set called Christmas Traditions. This was inspired by my childhood Christmas cards. I probably talk about it in the process video as well. There's a simple candle and some foliage and something that you can wrap around your candle if you like, but I think I actually used the twine instead. So this is the card that I created with the well, it's a more non-traditional color scheme, I guess, because I realized I wanted to create the one that we had in my childhood, but you just can't give back that mood, or you know what I mean, with cardstock. It's just not the same. So I went with a non-traditional instead. Then the next one is called Christmas Branch. It's again another simple set. Here are those spots. I think maybe this is what I used for the cat. And on my first card, I die cut the branch twice and offset it just so that I have a fuller branch. And then the berries I added, first of all, I die cut them, but I added some transparent enamel dots on top so that they look a bit more interesting and dimensional. And that sentiment is from the Something Christmassy die set. And as you can see, the this middle part is actually an A2 size card, which I then added to a larger card base. Same here. And here I created kind of like a frame for my sentiment, and I did exactly the same thing. And by the way, these transparent and enamel dots are also available in the shop. And then I used the also new 5x7-inch background cover plate that is called Pierced Christmas Background, that I will show you a bit later. So that is also, the middle part is also A2 size, just so that you can imagine how big the other parts of the die are. So next up is Gingerbread Joy, and as you can see, there are several layers to these set and or to these letters, and I want to mention, some of you wanted me to create a whole alphabet. Actually, that was the original idea, but you can see here that this is already big as it is, and it's only for 3 letters, right? So the O has 3 layers, the others have 2 layers. Now, if you think about the English alphabet, the 26 letters, and then that several times, it would be very big and very expensive. So, and in a smaller size, I don't think it would make the same impact. You could not add much detail. There are limitations to dies, so that was the reason why I in the end decided to just go with this. So I don't think there's a hope for a whole alphabet. I'm really sorry. So this here is, well, here the idea was obviously to create something that looks like gingerbread cookies with icing. The O, as you can see, has one bottom layer, then the red icing layer is the second layer, and then there's the detail layer that is from the ivory color cardstock, and then you can add some teeny tiny hearts for decoration. There's another sample here that I added to a 5x7-inch card, and here I actually just used pinks and reds instead of the craft color card base, or the not card base but the bottom layer for the cookies. I had to edit out some parts here because of the glare you can see mirrored in the in the sleeve. But I do talk about all these die sets in the process videos if you are interested how they are put together. Here are the 2 samples that I created in those videos. I used pattern papers for this that are also from Paige's new Christmas line, and you can see that there are tiny details on the top layer here, but they are still visible. And this particular one has little stars or snowflakes, as you wish, on the bottom, but there is another one that has hearts, and so that you can use this die set for other projects as well, not only Christmas projects. And the sentiments are from the Alpha 1 and the Mini Alpha die sets that were restocked a while back, so they are still available. Then next one is called Christmas Village, and there are 5 houses, well, 4 houses and a church in this. And then there is this wreath that is oversized because I did not want to just create a little circle. It would have been tiny, but I wanted some detail, so it's on purpose that it's oversized like that. And then I wanted a tiny bow as well. And then there's also the light strands. These ones here, they are also big, and obviously they will probably not look like that in real life. They are. I put all the extra pieces that I had left here so that I can use them next time. I don't have to die cut extra. And yeah, I also created something that is not Christmassy. So this one would be good for like congratulations on your new house or welcome to the neighborhood, that sort of topic, I think. And it would be so cute with lights behind them, which I have to try. I hope I can try soon. Then the next one is the one that basically was the original idea, to have a white Christmas village with colorful Christmas lights and that wreath that I talked about. I I think this was really popular on Instagram. You guys really liked it. I hope you will still like it once you see the die set. Now the Dala horse is the next one, and you can see a lot of the small pieces have actually 2 layers so that you don't have to fussy cut the bottom layer. I find this easier, at least for me. It wouldn't be very difficult to fussy cut these, but it's quicker. And then there's another layer in case you don't like the folklore elements. There's the geometric version. I created samples with both of them. I'm very into folklore, so obviously that's my preference, but I do like geometric things as well. So yeah, these are the 2 different versions. And again, process video is available. I think every 5 minutes one video is gonna drop today, so there will be 9 in total. And here are the original folklore type versions that I wanted to create for my Christmas tree. And as you can see, I created ornaments from them, and that ornament topper is actually in the rocking horse die set. And you could use this as a gift tag. That's why I added white cardstock in the back, but I don't think I'm gonna give these to anyone. I don't want anybody to throw these away when I appreciate them so much. I wanted to have glass ornaments like these, so instead I now have a bunch of paper ones. The next one is called Elegant Deer, and I had to cut that part out because it was all, I'm still getting used to the new lights. It was all glare. So the deer was also sized to fit on an A2 card. This is the A2 card next to it, but it's just my preference, the larger size. So you can see actually all the parts that are in the die set here. The antler you can add in a different color. That's a separate die. And then there are some tiny flowers and 2 branches. And then here in the background, I use the new Christmas Pierce Christmas background. And on the other one, that's also a new die called Geostars background, I believe it's called, but we'll see later. And then the sentiments are the Alpha 1 and I think the Something Christmassy die set. And this next one is another simple one called Christmas Frame. Here you have a frame, obviously, and some foliage. You can die cut this from just one single color, or if you want to fussy cut and add the second color, that you can do as well. And you have some berries. And I kept it very simple. And you can see that it's actually sized to fit onto an A2 size card. But again, I created a 5x7 card. And just like before on the Christmas branch, I added some transparent enamel dots as well. And the sentiment is from last year again. So one of my favorite ones. So first, the Dala horse is one of my favorites, and this one is the other called Happy Rexmas. If you have boys, then you know you learn to love them. And it's a lot of small pieces, but I am showing you all the pieces in the videos or in the process video, how to put everything together, what everything is for, because I'm sure that this can get overwhelming when you don't know what is what. I think if you look at the card, you can figure it out actually, but you will see me put together these cards in the process video. Quickly, I'll go through it. So in this piece at the bottom left, you see the teeth. Then these two pieces are for the Santa hat. Then this is the tongue, the eyebrow, and then there is the little eyeball. And then we have the claws. Those are for the claws. You can layer them behind the feet and the hands. So I know that's not what is called, but you know what I mean. Then the light, they are 2 layer, top layer, bottom layer, and then you have these strands for the so to create the light strand. And then there's some stars that you can use for topper or other decoration, and then the body and also the sentiment. I think you will figure it out. It's overwhelming for the first 5 minutes, but then it's not. And then for the background, again, I use the Pierce Christmas background. I just trimmed it down to slightly smaller than A2 size, and here are the stars that are also in the set. And again, the same background, and the ho 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 is from the Something Christmassy die set from last year. And I created a larger card as well, a 5x7 inch card, and I did not use the T-Rex, just the tree part. I created the exact same tree as on the other 2 cards, except here I added the Santa hat directly on top. And then these snowflakes are from the Cat in a Mug die set. I actually had these left over from the projects there. I wanted to create something there, but then I didn't. And then the die, or the sentiment die, is from the Something Christmassy set again. So moving on, yeah, so it is called Geostars background. Sorry, I'm so bad with names, but yeah, this is the one that I used on previous cards. It is sized for a 5x7 inch card, but obviously you can trim it down and use it on smaller sizes as well. Here I used 2 layers that I then glued together so that there's a bit more dimension, and I filled back a few stars in the background. On this one, again, 2 layers, and I filled back the other parts of the pattern in green. And then for my third card, I actually used the green that I had left over, so the green outline from the previous card, and then I added another die cut on top, but I offset it a little bit just so that the dark green is peeking through. And I added a bunch of color stars, super simple, and then finished it off with a sentiment. Now we have the 5x7 inch pierced Christmas background. I like to have texture in my backgrounds, so if I have a single color, I really prefer to add something, either embossing folder or some kind of pierced or whatever design in the background, at least some interest, some dimension, some texture, you know. So this is it has some simple Christmas elements, stars. Well, the heart is not specifically Christmas, but you know, it's like a sweater, and then some Christmas trees, and these get pierced into the cardstock. This one is the June cardstock, if you're interested, from Spa Binders. Actually, I like to use it for so many projects, Christmas as well, as you could see in this video. Then the last set is the largest set in this release, and well, there is a reason for it. I could have just skipped the second layer, I guess, but I prefer having that. I will explain why in a second. So you can use this banner like it is, or with those two sentiments. There is Merry Christmas or Happy New Year. And by the way, this is a collaboration with Paige Evans. I almost forgot, and it's been in the works for 2 years, I think. It's very intricate, so there were things to figure out there. And why I like to have a second layer like that on the right is because I don't want to just glue down my layer directly onto my card base. I want to be able to move it around. I want to be able to add some dimension. And with intricate things like that, I cannot fussy cut that out. There's no way. So these are the sentiment options, and one of them, you could see that the letters I already took out because I used it, and the other one still has the letters. I handle it a bit carefully so that they don't fall out. And these are the sample cards that I made. And I used pattern papers from Paige's Christmas collection, from the 6x8 paper pad. And then I kind of use the same colors for my sentiment. And now that I'm looking at these cards, I realize that I made a mistake in the process video when I said that the sentiments I did 2 different ways. I was gonna do one inlay and one onlay. By onlay, I mean that I'm adding a second layer to the letters so that they are dimensional. But I did that for both cards, so I skipped the inlay, actually. I apologize. I don't know where my mind was. This creates a bit of almost like an embossed, a raised texture. I like that look. And I added a second layer of the outline die as well to create more dimension and a bit more interest. So there you have it, all the sets and all the cards. I hope you like the new release, and I could give you some inspiration. Oh, I almost forgot to mention, for those of you who like to buy the whole release, I again added a few sets that include everything, so that you don't have to click through the whole shop. And if you buy the whole set, then, or the whole release basically, then you get 10% off as a little thank you from me. I hope that helps. Thank you very much for watching. And again, check out all the other videos as well. And have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.